and you're done. That one's easy. So we're doing 1/2 times 32 times 20. 1/2 times 32 times 20 gives me 320. Done. Total area. It's going to be our lateral area plus our big B. So I've got to be able to find the area of this base. That base is just a square, so area should be easy. Area is just length times width, so 8 times 8. 64. So that's 320 plus 64. Total area 384. All right, last one, volume. Volume is 1/3 big B times H. So 1/3 big B is 64. And H we have to find. Now, we don't have H. So that's where these triangles come into play. You're going to have to use one of these triangles up here, triangle 1 or triangle 2, to find H. There's only one triangle that has H. It's triangle 2. So you're definitely going to have to use triangle 2 to find H. So you're going to have to do some side work. So somewhere on your paper, I'm kind of out of room here. So I'm just going to do it over here. I'm going to create triangle number 2, and I'm going to find H. So triangle number 2 says this is H. So I don't know that. So there's H. This, according to triangle number 2, is L, which I have. It's 20. And this is the apothem. Now, you won't have to find the apothem for a square because, if I come straight down here with the height and then come straight over, that's going to be half of the 8, which is 4. So I can put a 4 here. Do your Pythagorean theorem, and you're going to find H. So I have 8 squared plus 4 squared equals 20 squared. And now I'm just going to do it all in the calculator. So I had 20 squared that I got to subtract over the 4 squared. I get 384, and then I'm going to take the square root of that, 19.6. So H is 19.6. Put that in here. And now you can find your volume. So be careful with that 1/3 again. Remember, we're just going to do 1 divided by 3 for 1/3. 1/3 times 64 times 19.6. And we got 418.1. Final answer. And there you go. So that's our first example. That's an easier one because I gave you L. Depending on what I give you. Remember, I'm only going to give you one of the lines from the top. So I'm either going to give you H or L or lateral edge. Lateral edge will be the worst because that'll be the hardest one to do. All right, let's try one more example. All right, we're not going to do both of these. I'm going to save one of these for next week. I'll save the hardest one, but I wanted to show you the other 2 examples. So let me zoom out total and show you all 3 of them. So here's all 3 examples together. These are the examples of the different kind of problems you're going to get. In this case, I gave you height because it comes straight down, so that's what 12 is. In this case, I give you lateral edge because it's one of the blue sides. And in this case, I gave you the slant height, the problem we just did. So like I said, you have to identify which one is which. All right, let's try the last one. Or number 2 is the one we're going to do. Like I said before, first thing I want you to do, identify what I gave you. What is that 12? Is it a lateral edge? No, lateral edges are all the blue ones here that come from the point to the corner. Is it the slant height? No, slant height comes down the middle of a side. So that's the height. So identify what you have. That's height. And now let's go and see if we can start trying to find things that we need. All right, so first lateral area. 1/2 PL. So the P again, that is the perimeter of the base. The base is a square. 6, 6, 6, and 6 is 24. That's your perimeter of that square. L is the slant height. Do not put height in for slant height. That's not what it is. So you're going to have to create a triangle to find L. Now, this is the hardest one to know which triangle because you need L. And if you go back to these triangles, they both have L in it. That has L and that has L. It's really easy. You don't decide what you're trying to get, which triangle. You go by what I gave you. So I gave you the height. Only one of the triangles has height in it. Triangle number 2. So you're going to use triangle number 2 again, but this time you're going to do it to find the L. So we're going to use triangle number 2. So we just need to make a little side triangle. I'm going to do it right here. Triangle number 2. So remember, in triangle number 2, the height comes straight down, then the apothem, then the slant height. So height straight down, here's 12. Then the apothem would go straight over to here, and it goes over to the slant height, which is what you're trying to find. So that's your unknown. And this apothem is going to be half of 6, because it's 6 from here to here, so that's going to be 3. Do your Pythagorean theorem, and you're going to have your L, and you'll be able to put it in here, and then you're kind of done all the hard work. So 12 squared plus 3 squared equals L squared. Go to the calculator. 12 squared plus 3 squared is 153. Take the square root of that, and your L is 12.4. So 12.4 here. Find your lateral area. So now we're all calculator here. 0.5 times 24 times 12.3, 12.4, 148.8. All right, total area, lateral area plus the big B, which is the area of the base. So 148.8 plus the area of this base. Now again, that's just a square. It won't always be a square, but I'm giving you guys easier ones right now. So the area of the base is just going to be 6 times 6, 36. So we're going to take the 148.8, we're going to add 36 to it, 184.8. Last one, volume. 1/3 big B times H. Now, big B you already found right here, 36. Sorry, guys, I'll zoom down. 36, so that goes here. H, unlike the last problem, we don't have to find H because H was the given. Your H was 12. That's why you have to identify what it is I give you to start off with. So I can put 12 in here, and now just plug away in your calculator, and you guys are done. So 0.5 times 36 times 12, and we get 216. All right, guys, I'm going to give you a couple of these to practice. I'm just going to give you one of each, just like we did. So you can use the ones we just did to help, mirror the problems. And then next week, we're going to get to these problems where I give you the lateral edge. Those will be harder because you don't have the L and you don't have the H. So you'll end up having to use both of these, triangle 1 and 2, to get the things you need. But, that's for next week. All right, be safe, guys, and I will talk to you soon.